Kitakami Prologue is a doubles tournament that features the Pokemon only from the Kitakami Pokedex, with a lot of the players from Japan competing for it and building some really interesting team compositions, and some Pokemon that we just don't commonly see in VGC. I would like to try out some of those top teams with some of the fun Pokemon we never see in VGC, and maybe we'll see if it can actually have a place in the meta or not, such as this Assault Vest Poliwrath and the Rock Ogerpon. Let's see how well it's going to perform. This team did really well in one of the practice tournaments for the Kitakami Prologue and features some really cool picks with the Assault Vest Water Absorb Poliwrath, the Rock Ogerpon, and the Choice Specs Ursaluna, with the Life Orb Explosion Terra Normal Weezing. Now, I don't know too much about how the meta goes for the Prologue since I'm not competing in it, but I have seen a few things. Poliwrath with the Water Absorber and the Assault Vest, really good counter to Ursaluna, which is one of the biggest threats out there. Alongside, Rain is pretty common in the Pokedex as a strong option, so having that Water Absorb Poliwrath is a really good counter pick. We have the Rock Ogerpon, which is really solid in that meta. You have that the defense increase for all the explosion stuff that's actually out there, with Terra Normal Explosion being very common on several mons. And you also have a few options with the Explosion Weezing to set up Trick Room next to the Mimikyu with that neutralizing gas, so you can get the Trick Room up, threaten a lot of chaos, and then get in your free switch to the Choice Specs Ursaluna that can dish out a ton of damage. And with Follow Me Ogerpon, you have the Kommo-o that is able to boost up and to go for the Clangor Soul, and we have Terra Ghost on the Kommo-o with Soundproof to help out against opposing Kommo, and Terra Blast, Terra Ghost, so you can hit the Pokemon that might want to go for the Terra Ghost against the Kommo-o to cover for a fighting move potentially, and then you end up hitting them with a Terra Blast instead. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they will be linked down below in the description. Kommo-o, Clefairy, Landorus Fairy, and Fire Ogerpon, Iron Hands, and Empoleon. Very, very cool team. How do I want to perform against this? I have a Weezing. I do like the Weezing. I am going to bring the Weezing. I also have a Mimikyu, which I am 100% going to bring because I think it is pretty fantastic in this matchup. So those are Pokemon I want to add for sure. The back, Poliwrath plus Blood Moon Ursaluna could go well. Rock Ogerpon is not that bad in this matchup. It is not that bad. Do I want to bring it? That is a different question mark right here. That is absolutely a different question mark. I'd probably say it's really only good against Fire Ogerpon. It's really not good for anything else, so probably not. My own Kommo-o, I'm not soundproof. Oh wait, no, I am soundproof, so I'm actually immune to all of the opposing Kommo-o's options, and if they're not soundproof, they actually get screwed. But I feel like I have better sweeping potential if I just bring the Ursaluna and the Poliwrath in the back. So you know what? Let's just bring those. We're locking into hard tricker mode. We'll see how it goes. If they lead the Clefairy plus Kommo-o, I think I'm okay. If they lead Iron Hands, I mean, they need to set up something with Iron Hands. I think the only thing I really fear from Iron Hands is like a double up into the Mimikyu with Heavy Slam plus an attack. So double protect into Poliwrath Explosion might be the play. We're gonna see the Kommo-o Clefairy though, which is completely fine for me. All right. As I do lead my Weezing plus my Mimikyu, neutralizing gas gonna be here on the field. A really good play for them would be to Terra Steel their Kommo-o, protect the Clefairy, go for Soul Blaze, although that is very, very committal right here potentially, so I don't know if they would go for that turn one. I think I'm just gonna gunk shot the Kommo-o, and I think I am just gonna go for a Poliwrath. There is a chance the Clefairy protects. I could also just Trick Room. They might not expect the gunk shots, and they do have to avoid the fairy move because I don't know if they want to commit Terra immediately. So you know what? I'm just gonna Trick Room and I'm gonna gunk shot. They're gonna follow me. Yep, that's what I expected. So this is the best case scenario, that I do get the Trick Room off and I do get the gunk shot on the Clefairy. They probably don't expect this very, very boosted Weezing here either, so it should be perfect. Kommo-o gonna go for the boost right here, which is completely fine. I kind of wish my Ursaluna wasn't Terra Normal, just because the Iron Hands, I would like to Terra against it, but we'll see. Gunk Shot gonna come out. This is a Life Orb Weezing. We only really see support, so goodbye Clefairy. That's just a beautiful knockout immediately, and I'm able to get the Trick Room off of Mimikyu. If my Mimikyu was just guaranteed slower than the Weezing, I got a play off. Oh man, they would have been absolutely screwed, but not gonna be the case for them. I am able to go for pretty nice Trick Room right here, and I can pin the Kommo-o. Iron Hand's gonna come out, which is not too surprising. I'd imagine protect Heavy Slam. I'm actually not sure what to really anticipate. I could boom here. Like, boom isn't a bad play, but I could also get a lot of damage to Iron Hands with just Gunk Shot. And I think Gunk Shot is probably like really ideal into Iron Hands because it's going to do a lot and just protect the Mimikyu this turn. Because I want to scout if they protect the Kommo or not, or if they Terra, and it looks like they are going to go for a Terra, which is completely fine for me. Because now, this is Terra Steel most likely, or Terra Water, one of the two. It's going to be Terra Steel, which is not too surprising, probably has Flash Cannon. So now I can actually hit it with my... I can hit it with my Poliwrath, and I can hit it with my Blood Moon Ursaluna for a lot of damage, so that's okay. And hopefully I get the damage off into the Iron Hands. They go for the Heavy Slam and the Mimikyu, which is not too surprising. Perfect. And I'm able to get a nice Gunk Shot into the Iron Hands. That's a lot of damage, actually. I mean, a lot of damage. We're going to see Flash Cannon come out. Does start the Weezing. Let's see if it picks up that knockout or not. All right. Oh, Weezing. Too good. Special defense fall, but that doesn't matter as long as it survives the turn. What's my speed? Probably faster than Iron Hands, most likely, unless this Iron Hands has a lot of speed. I think my play is probably just to go for... I want Explosion and get my free switches. Yeah, I'm going to go for Explosion. And I'm going to go for a Poliwrath into Iron Hands. Because that should knock out the Iron Hands, but it also catches a lot of potential switches. Unless it's Empoleon, but if it's Empoleon, that's fine. I also get some chip damage in a Kommo, which I really appreciate. And yeah, like if it's Ogre... Actually, that one I taken the Gunk Shot, so I'm very surprised, but this works out. I'm able to get an Explosion off, and this should do a lot of damage. Actually, if this doesn't knock out Ogre Pond, this might be a little bit annoying. Okay, the double up will. Okay, perfect. Sweet. So, Weezing goes down. Hopefully, we hit a Poliwrath here. That would be really nice. I guess it's not too bad if we miss it, but that means they're able to stall out more turns of Trick Room, potentially. Ooh, it's a berry on Kommo. I guess since it wasn't Drought Spray, yeah, it had to be some item here. It is going to be that Citrus Berry, and we are going to see... Poliwrath does connect with the Ogerpon. Fantastic. Okay, so Ogerpon goes down. Great. And we're going to see Kommo go for a Flash Cannon to break the disguise on Mimikyu. All right, perfect. Unfortunately, the thing about this team is a little bit low accuracy, but I do have to hit these low accuracy moves, especially the next Poliwrath in the Iron Hands, most likely. I'm going to go into the Blood Moon Ursaluna first, as Iron Hands should be coming out here. And my plan is to win with Poliwrath endgame. So Iron Hand's going to come out. I'm going to go for my Earth Power into the Iron Hands. I'm going to go for the Poliwrath into Iron Hands. If they go for Fake Out, that's fine. If they go for Protect Drain Punch, that's fine as well. Yep, they do go for a Fake Out, which is completely acceptable here. So I do get a free Poliwrath here, most likely, into the Iron Hands. Nice, we do land, which is great. Doesn't KO, but it's okay, because we have Vacuum Wave in the end game. Flash Cannon going to be fired off into the Mimikyu, which is going to be fine. Mimikyu goes down, but we have our perfect end game. We have our Poliwrath with the Assault Vest that should be able to take on the Kommo just fine. With, yeah, we should be a-okay here. So Poliwrath going to come out. And now I can lock myself into the Vacuum Wave on my Ursaluna. And I'm actually going to lock myself into that Vacuum Wave and to go for the KO into Iron Hands. And then I'm just going to go for a Drain Punch into the Kommo-o. Yeah, I think I want to do in this order. I guess Kommo could get a little bit weird if it double crits, but as long as it doesn't double crit, it should be fine. It might be protecting this last Trick Room, but I would probably attack here if I was them. Yeah, they do. Okay, so I do get the Vacuum Wave off. Actually, no, they would have lost to Earth Power in a Kommo. Okay. Get a Drain Punch off in a Kommo. Pretty okay damage, all right. Oh, they have Aura Spear. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, because like they didn't get any damage into Poliwrath, so as long as they didn't get any damage to Poliwrath, they can't pick up a knockout. Because even if they crit me, I don't think +1 should KO. So this is perfect. I am able to Drain Punch, and Poliwrath will be able to seal up this end game. So very, very nice here. Dragon Pulse. Oh wow, they just did not have Protect. that did nothing. Drain Punch to finish off the Kommo. Good game right there. So very nice. Was able to get the Trick Room up. I pretty much get a lot of momentum. That Life Orb Weezing put in so much work. Pressured the Terra on her Kommo, which the Terra was great for the Mimikyu, but terrible for the Pokemon I had in the back, and was able to pressure on from there. Cresselia, Glastrier, Heatran, Ogerpon, Waterform, Sinistra, and the Grimmsnarl. I actually really like the looks of the team, other than maybe the Grim. It makes it look a little bit too defensive. Like, their team is pretty slow. I wish I had a way to heal my Kommo, because if I could heal the Kommo, that would be really good right now. You know what's actually ironically good? Poliwrath. Poliwrath is actually pretty good against the team because it kind of beats the Glastrier. If it's not the Iron Defense set, it's good into Heatran. It's good into... I mean, that's mainly the main two, but those are the really big offensive threats right here. So I'd say that Blood Moon Ursaluna puts in a lot of work. So does... I actually like Blood Moon Ursaluna actually as a lead. It does so much damage to them. And I mean so much damage to them. I think my play... there's so much I want to do, actually. I think I want to lead Weezing because my Weezing, depending on the Grimmsnarl, if the Grimmsnarl is slow, I think I can outspeed and Gunk Shot pick up the knockout. And if I can, that's amazing for me. So I think I want to lead the Weezing. And then in the afterward, I think it's Weezing plus Blood Moon Ursaluna or Weezing plus... I'm going to lead Weezing plus Ogerpon. I think that's not a bad one. And in the back, going to have the Blood Moon Ursaluna and the Poliwrath. Let's see how this works. I'm not 100% confident. The main Pokemon I do want to try to get rid of immediately if they give it to me, option-wise, is Sinistra. Sinistra is one of the most annoying Pokemon, I think, for my Poliwrath to really handle, as well as Blood Moon Ursaluna. But if I weaken it, like, Hyper Voice should do a decent amount. So, I'm going to see Grimmsnarl, Cresselia. Perfect. 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 So, I have the Weezing with the neutralizing gas that is preventing the Prankster from going off. If they Protect, this is going to... Or Fake Out, this is going to be pretty annoying. But let's Gunk Shot the Weezing. Let's go for, I guess, just some chip damage right away. Do I want to cover Switch? They could switch into Heatran, I suppose. I mean, I have decent switches for the Heatran, so I don't think that's, like, too bad. I think I'm just going to get some damage into the Cresselia. Okay. Ivy Cudgel into the Cresselia. Big critical hit turn one. Calm Mind coming out. What? Okay. Is this Calm Mind Trick Room? Or maybe they just don't have Trick Room on the Cresselia. All right. Nice. We do outspeed the Grimmsnarl. Gunk Shot. Goodbye, Grimmsnarl. That is an amazing knockout right there, as I just realized. Okay, so let us see what's coming out. Sinistra coming out, which is not too surprising. But it can't heal because of my ability. Oh man, that is so amazing right there. Neutralizing gas really putting in some work right here. Should I double up? I mean, they do have Rage Powder. I guess I could go for a Terra right here. You know what? Terra is probably worth it. Probably just a Terra Gunk Shot. I don't think I need the Terra and Poliwrath at all. And then I'm going to go for Ivy Cudgel again. If we get another crit, that's amazing for me. So I'll take it. I'm only going for Gunk Shot because of the chance they could go for a Terra, but also like Rage Powder. Okay, so we do Terra Weezing. This also allows us to live Psychic guaranteed, although this does get rid of our switch into Matcha Gotcha, I suppose, but it should be all right. Okay, no Rage Powder, Ivy Cudgel. Double crit. This thing is so silly. Double crit. Unfortunate for the Cresselia. But if it was trying to heal, it probably was taking a lot from Gunk Shot, so I wasn't too concerned. They actually Shadow Balled into Weezing too, so I'm pretty sure the Cresselia was just guaranteed to go down this turn, as I am going to be able to go for the Gunk Shot into Sinistra. Oh man, that turn. I even get the poison. Just getting the calls right and just being able to punish so hard. I mean, it wasn't really a call turn one, but you know, we get rewarded out here. We get rewarded out here. And now, whatever's coming in might get boomed on. It is going to be their own Ogerpon, actually, which I have a Rock Ogerpon, which isn't exactly pleasant here, but they have Terra still, right? Yeah, they do. I think I'm just going to Ivy Cudgel the Sinistra because I'm neutral to water right now. I want a boom. Going for a boom would be pretty funny, but I think I'd rather just go for the Gunk Shot and an Ivy Cudgel into the Sinistra since they don't really run Protect. Still a game, ironically, because the best mon they could have had in the back was their Ogerpon. Their Ogerpon was actually really strong. They actually decided not to bring the Heatran or the Glastrier, which smart on them because I did bring pretty good mons to handle it. So let's see what's coming out here. It's going to be the Terra on the Ogerpon, that water mask, I am actually scared of it right here. Let us see. They might be Ivy Cudgel going to come out into the Sinistcha. It looks like my Ogerpon's faster than theirs, which is not like super surprising since they probably run a lot of bulk. I guess Hornleech is now going to be super effective, so they kind of had to target down. They actually go for Hornleech instead of Ivy Cudgel. I'm surprised because I thought they would try to get the knockout. That gunk shot does so much damage. It really does. I'm just gonna go for a gunk shot. I'm gonna go for a Hornleech, I suppose. The game is over. Actually, I should use Ivy Cudgel because it's not a contact move and Spiky Shield could have happened, but a Weezing Ogerpon sweep. Here, this offensive Weezing is actually crazy. They just never expected. They really don't. I just do so much damage. I may have picked up the knockout. They probably thought, oh, maybe it's a Sludge Bomb coming out, or they have to double up so I get a free Calm Mind, but oh, neutralizing gas, also fantastic ability, shutting down their options. Clefairy, Kommo-o, Rillaboom, or Shifu, Heatran, Tornadus. Okay, looks like you're pretty much standard setup core right here. Some good stuff. I think I'm just gonna do the Mimikyu plus the Weezing mode. It's just super solid against them. Kommo-o ironically does really well into this. Like, it really does. Do I want to go Kommo-o? I'm a little bit worried about Grassy Glide. I do want to bring Poliwrath. I think Poliwrath does help out quite a bit here. So I'm going to go Poliwrath and... Blood Moon probably is the play because if we do force a Terra on their Kommo-o, if they do bring the Kommo-o or lead the Kommo-o, which I expect them to, I think it's going to be very similar to how it played out earlier, where we're just going to be able to gunk shot the Clefairy here and or force a Terra. Let's see if they actually go for the Terra Steel and Protect play, because I think it's a really strong play option that they do have here. Although they might be scared of, I don't know, because Weezing would carry Wisp and their special attacker, so they really wouldn't mind that. Let's see here. Or maybe they just never expect, you know, they never expect the gunk shot. So, or Shifu Rillaboom as the lead is interesting here. Okay. So I lead my Weezing and my Mimikyu. Neutralizing gas is actually preventing the Surging Strikes from hitting to Protect. I'm just going to go for a gunk shot immediately and a Protect. Because I feel like if the two plays here, you're going to go for a double up into the Mimikyu with Surging Strikes Woodhammer to prevent the Trick Room, or you're gonna fake out Weezing and just go for Surging Strikes in the Mimikyu. Either way, I don't think it's like too bad right here. So let's find out. I wonder if I should boom on this lead because I'd get a 2v. I'd get a pretty decent position, but we are gonna see a Terra come out here. So Terra Water or Shifu for the more damage output. Okay. Also avoids the play rough, super effective hit, I suppose. Let's find out. But they do not hit to Protect. If they attack the Weezing, this is awkward, but we'll see. I don't know if they would want me to get a free Trick Room up. They do fake out the Weezing, okay. Nice, they did Surging Strikes to Mimikyu, perfect. Okay. I guess I could have got Trick Room up then. I don't know if this would KO. I mean, I could go Poliwrath if I want, but I don't want to use it to beat the others, but I might need it because Kommo-o, not getting Trick Room up and Kommo-o would be a problem. I think I got to go out into Poliwrath, unfortunately. I got to go Poliwrath, and I think I take them down with me is the question. I think we're going to make this a 2v2 scenario. I think we're going to try to make this a 2v2 scenario. Because I think Mimikyu and Blood Moon Ursaluna are really well positioned, especially Blood Moon Ursaluna if I get rid of the Urshifu and the Rillaboom. Because that means they don't have Grassy Glide as an option. That means I don't have to worry about Surging Strikes and Woodhammer, which are the biggest ways to hit the Blood Moon Ursaluna in the back. Oh, they tired the Weezing. I could have... Oh, wait, what? Oh, because of neutralizing gas, right? That does nothing. Wait, what? Poliwrath takes that really well, actually. Wait. That took it really well, actually. I could have just gunk shot it. Although this probably would hammer double up. Yep. Okay, perfect. I had a feeling. But not really much I could do there. I guess I could go for a double text, but I think the sacking the Poliwrath makes more sense to me. And because of the Woodhammer damage, I'm like pretty sure that Rillaboom always goes down. The Urshifu, this might survive. That's my only concern right here. Urshifu has really good defenses. Oh no, it just went down. Kaboom. All right, we got a 2v2 scenario, but I do like the Blood Moon Ursaluna look right here. It was like Kommo-o plus Heatran in the back. I feel like this is pretty good. Grassy Surge is actually going to activate before we go down here, so I don't know if that's going to benefit us or hurt us. We'll find out. It shouldn't really matter because the Terra was burned, so the Heatran can't Terra Blast, Terra Grass. This might benefit me because I'm probably more likely to get KOs than them, especially with Mimikyu plus the Blood Moon Ursaluna. I think with Poliwrath and Earth Power, I should be fine. But let's see. I'm pretty sure we live. I mean, pretty sure Blood Moon Ursaluna lives, but the problem is, like, I guess they if they go straight for the damage, I suppose, but they're not set up yet. That's the thing. Kommo comes out. Clefairy. Oh no, we're fine. Okay. It's really hard for them to actually break through Mimikyu here, especially without Terra. Oh, okay. So we're gonna go for a Blood Moon here. The problem is Specs Blood Moon is not a great play. I don't want to Hybrid Voice because if it's soundproof, I get screwed here. If I get ready to Clef, I'm in a really good spot though. But if they protect, I'm in a terrible position. I think I just Earth Power to Kommo, and I think I just Poliwrath to Kommo too. Or I Trick Room. Actually, no, I should Trick Room here. Yeah, I'm gonna Trick Room. This actually might not be the play because Clefairy could have Encore or... Well, I have Mental Herb, so it doesn't matter for Mimikyu. Actually, no, I think I'm fine as long as it's not after you. They go for Follow Me and Clangor's Soul, which is not too surprising because Mimikyu can go for the Poliwrath and threaten the Kommo for a lot. I'd imagine the Specs Earth Power does a ton of damage to the Clefairy. And what's nice is because if they can't stop the Blood Moon Ursaluna from going for Earth Power the next turn into the Clefairy, like Poliwrath Earth Power double up into Kommo seems really nice. We are going to get the Earth Power off. Yeah, that's so much damage to Clefairy. So much damage. Trick Room goes up. And the thing is, if they have Flash Cannon, they can only, or Flamethrower, because I guess they could run down on Kommo too. I think I'm in a really good spot because I can just Earth Power Poliwrath, and I'm pretty sure the Clefairy can't do anything. If they have Encore, they can't. Only thing is after you, but the thing is, with after you, they're not going to do enough. They do protect Clefairy. Let's see if Kommo protected, if it was a double or not. It is a double protect, which is fine. Okay. And I just keep doubling up the Kommo slot because there's not really a reason to target the Clef slot. Because Clefairy could go for a double protect him. I target the Clefairy, Poliwrath doesn't KO the Kommo. They get the damage. It could get a little bit awkward from there, so I might as well just keep going for the double ups into the Kommo. I guess they have Heal Pulse potentially. Still feel like I would do a ton of damage to Kommo. I guess Heal Pulse would actually make this interesting then. I have a second downing myself, which is not great. I think I will overpower the Clef then and just Poliwrath in case. Poliwrath should still be doing a decent amount anyway. They do have to get the double protect. I feel like that this could be Heal Pulse, but we'll see. Because like the thing is, they saw that I'm just double attacking the Kommo, so they might be feeling like, oh, I gotta redirect here. I Heal Pulse the Kommo. So regardless, like I think Follow Me ends up being the best case scenario because like I think Heal Pulse would have been the mid ground, and then the hard double protect is the hard read I would have not enjoyed, so that's perfect. I am going to be able to land the Poliwrath, which is great into Kommo. Actually just picks up the knockout into the Kommo. I guess that's times 4 for areas. Kommo has a really good physical defense, but you know what? Good enough. Good enough. So unfortunately, Poliwrath was not able to do Poliwrath things. Granted, the Pokemon that my opponent brought were really the Pokemon that like Poliwrath didn't deal with the most. Like the best mon we had to deal with was literally the Urshifu. Like that would have been the best, and it was probably like the biggest threat, but the problem was I couldn't get rid of it early enough with Poliwrath. So Fluttermane, Water Ogerpon, Iron Hands, Landorus Fairy, Tornadus, and Heatran. Okay, Water Ogerpon is always the scary one here. Do I want to commit anything specific? Because Rock Ogerpon can do a decent amount with Follow Me. Weezing might be okay here. I don't know. Water Ogerpon. I think Mimikyu's pretty good. I think the problem is I don't know what the speeds are between the Torn and the Fluttermane. If the Fluttermane is faster than the Torn, that's easier. But if the Torn's faster than Fluttermane, they lead like Torn, Fluttermane, Shadow Ball, Bleak Wind. It's not easy. I think I'm gonna go with Mimikyu plus the Weezing immediately off the bat, and then I think I'm just going my Trick Room mode. I think it's the more fun mode of this team, and Argogapon is like okay, but my damage output gets slowed by these mons. Iron Hands is probably like the biggest threat here, and I think like one of my best Iron Hand answers is just going to be the Choice Specs Ursaluna. It does do a lot against their team, assuming I am able to position. Like the biggest Pokemon that seem problematic to me are going to be the Iron Hands and the Water Ogerpon, maybe the Fluttermane depending on the circumstances. If like I can get rid of that early, that would also be nice, but definitely not an easy one. We'll find out what we can do. I'm going to use Poliwrath mainly for the Landers potentially into Heatran, and let's see how this is going to go from here, because there's just a lot of threats. Also, that's a cool picture right there that we saw. Let's see, what's it going to be? Going to be the Iron Hands Fluttermane. Okay, not too surprising. I lead the Weezing plus the Mimikyu. Are they going to fake out or are they going to double up? I feel like if I was my opponent, Dazzling Gleam, Heavy Slam would be definitely in my consideration. So I think I'm just going to protect the Mimikyu, and I'm just going to Gunk Shot the Fluttermane turn 1. I don't think they're going to Hard Raid with Shadow Ball. If anything, they're going to Dazzling Gleam here. I just don't know what the Iron Hands is doing between Heavy Slam and Attack, because it might be Heavy Slam to deny Trick Room. Ooh, they actually went for a straight Shadow Ball. Good play on their part. All right. That's a very bad miss. We were bound to miss eventually with how we've been clicking Gunk Shot, but not great. Volt Switch. Oh, they don't have Heavy Slam, but they have Volt Switch. Okay. Interesting. All right. That's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. I think that was just a Fluttermane goodbye, but we're gonna have to play around it, I suppose. We'll protect our Weezing here and just Trick Room. Shadow Ball on the Weezing again, not too surprising. They probably Volt Switch out, and they Volt Switch out. That's perfect. Yeah. So, not a great start, but it's playable. It's playable. Let's see what they bring out. But it's got a lot harder. Fluttermane gone, of course, would have been a lot easier for me, but Torn coming in. All right. Gun comes out. Shadow Ball did a lot. I feel like that is Specs damage. I think I'm just going to go for the double up here into the Fluttermane, because I think that is Specs damage. Weezing goes before, so I can always get a Gunk Shot into Poliwrath, and that would catch the Iron Hands on the switch, so I might as well just go for that. It is not Specs. Wait, did I see Booster? Or maybe, I guess Weezing might be just that frail. Sometimes I forget because I'm not really running a bulky Weezing on this team. Oh, that's my mistake. I mean, it's still a playable game, thankfully, but that's obviously not ideal. They hit both Bleak Winds. Didn't do that much to Mimikyu, but it does KO the Weezing. Okay. Neutralizing gas wears off. We're going out into the Blood Moon Ursaluna now. Okay. I don't want to Terra Poliwrath, if anything. I think I'm just going to go for the Terra with my Blood Moon Ursaluna. Go for a Poliwrath into a Hyper Voice combination here. And just do as much as I can. I could Earth Power and try to snipe an Iron Hand switch. Or maybe it'd be Heatran, but if they stay in, like, this is still pretty good. I get a huge damage amount with Hyper Voice. I probably knock out the Fluttermane with... I definitely knock it out with Hyper Voice plus Poliwrath. I don't know if I knock out the Torn. The Torn, I think it's going to come down to, like, how bulky it is. But we'll see. Choice Specs, Terra Normal, Hyper Voice. Let's see how much damage we do. Would be really nice to get a huge amount. Yeah, a good amount, but not a KO. It is a bulky Torn with Citrus Berry. That's not too surprising. Okay. Poliwrath will KO the Fluttermane, so that's nice. Okay, so we land our Poliwrath. Goodbye. And Bleak Wind again? Yep, okay. They are hitting these. A speed drop on Mimikyu would be nice. No speed drop, okay. A speed drop would have been nice so I can underspeed the Iron Hands. Iron Hands is coming back in. I think I double up the Torn slot with Poliwrath plus a Hyper Voice. Yeah. This is not looking that good. I think this actually might be just a loss right here because I don't think Poliwrath is just going to be able to do enough. I don't think Hyper Voice into... Oh, wait. No fake out? Okay, I get a Hyper Voice. I get rid of the Torn. The Iron Hands just didn't take as much damage, though. It's definitely getting a Drain Punch up. Probably knocks out Blood Moon or Ursaluna, I'd imagine. Wait, we survived. Wait, hold on. That survival was actually really crucial. Okay. Please hit the Poliwrath. Please hit the Poliwrath. Nice. Okay. Okay, the Iron Hands might be in range of Shadow Sneak plus Hyper Voice. And if that's the case, getting rid of that mod... Is that Ogre Panda back? That's the other issue we have. Okay. I'm definitely targeting down the Iron Hands stuff with Shadow Sneak, Hyper Voice. Wait, they still have Terra, don't they? Yeah, they still have Terra, so they actually get special defense. They do go for a Spiky Shield, though. Okay. That helps a lot, actually. Okay, I do get the Shadow Sneak off in the Iron Hands. Oh, this is gonna be something. We do get the Hyper Voice KO into the Iron Hands, guaranteed. So goodbye, Iron Hands. All right. Trick Room is over, though, right? Yeah, Trick Room is over. All right, all right, all right. Gotta get the second Trick Room up, and we're going to Poliwrath. Yeah, we're going Poliwrath here because there's a chance they go for Ivy Cudgel. So let's see if that's going to be the case. Ah, they did Unleash. That's fine. Poliwrath survives, which is actually pretty nice. And we get Trick 'em Up. Okay. KKK. Do they Spiky Shield this turn? If they Spiky Shield this turn, I want to go into the Ursaluna. If they don't, I want to just attack right here. I feel like Spiky Shield, it's kind of obvious, but I have no idea like how they would want to play this. I think my play here is just to protect the Mimikyu and go out into... Actually, no, it's not protect Mimikyu, is it? No, it's never protect Mimikyu. I think it's Shadow Sneak myself and go out into the Ursaluna. You might be thinking, why am I Shadow Sneak myself? It's because if my protect animation goes off, that means their Spiky Shield animation fails because they'd be the last in the turn. So I'm trying to make sure that they get the Spike Shield off this turn, so it's like way less likely that they actually do this turn. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Okay. We're fighting right here. I want to go for... Okay. I'm going for a Poliwrath. Actually, they have Terra, right? Yeah, they have Terra, so they're going to Terra now. I think I have to Poliwrath here. And I think I have to Blood Moon. I think I need the extra damage because I don't think Hyper Voice is just doing enough. Also, why have they not Terra'd yet? Yeah, okay. I was about to say, like, I guess maybe because they want to see who's in the back to confirm that they need Terra. Okay, so they commit to Terra here. It's still not over because I don't know how much this does because this gets a +1 spin def. Okay. Blood Moon gonna come out. No double protect, thankfully. If they double protected, I would have actually been screwed there, but I didn't think they would. Who cares? Who cares? Oh, that's really funny. Okay. Who cares? Who cares when you can just do that? You know, you can just crit through. Yeah. Just crit through. I think we would have won regardless. I'm pretty sure that was doing enough with the plus to Poliwrath. If it didn't, then we got into dangerous waters. But I'm pretty sure it would have been in Shadow Seek range. The question is, how many Spiky Shields would they have gotten in a row in order to do it? Because I think they needed 2 to KO the Mimikyu right there. So, nice. I think they would have to go 3 in a row. All right, let's go over the games. In game 1, eliminated the Clefairy quickly with the gunk shot from Weezing, and they struggled in Trick Room due to Kommo being forced to Terra. In game 2, my opponent just struggled with offensive Weezing alongside Ogerpon, Ivy Cudgel, showcasing how silly it can be. In game 3, had to sack the Poliwrath to bring the game to a 2v2 position, but because they used their Terra, I had a strong chance to win against Kommo-o Clefairy with Mimikyu and Blood Moon Ursaluna under Trick Room. In game 4, missing Gunk Shot alongside not knowing the Flutter main damage calc, so it could have Protect was a bad start, but surviving the Drain Punch from the Iron Hands and getting the place right against the Water Ogerpon allowed me to claw the victory. Okay, Poliwrath. I think it's pretty interesting. I don't really get what the Terra normal does specifically in the meta, so I think it would have been pretty interesting with a different option. I actually think Water Absorb Poliwrath might have a lot of potential with maybe a different Terra, like Terra Fire, that could help out against like most of the common Ogerpons in VGC, although Rock Ogerpon is actually common in the Kitakami Prologue, so obviously a different meta. I think what really impressed me was the offensive Weezing. I think offensive Weezing was actually really impressive, with Gunk Shot being able to do a lot of damage and Explosion, which was a really cool option, even into common picks like the Rillaboom or Shifu that we saw previously. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. And of course, you can subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.